We're here with Chris Cocalis, who's founder, CEO, president, and I guess everything else of Pivot Cycles.
Chief cook and bottle washer.
The Otter 2013. And the hot new bike announced just at the festival this year is the Firebird 27.5. Tell us a bit about the rationale. You haven't been encouraging folks to adapt their Firebird to 27.5, but now you come up with it.
Well, we haven't been unencouraging it either. I've actually been riding a stock Firebird for the last probably year with 27.5 wheels and a Cane Creek angle set, and kind of tweaking what we want to do with the bike. And it's for people who own a Firebird already, they can certainly put 27.5 wheels on it and put an angle set on it and get 93% of the way there with what we've done on the bike. But the small changes that we've made are significant to getting the rest of the way and getting that bike pretty much set up perfect. So we've one of the beautiful things about the Firebird is it was designed for the largest downhill tires. So we didn't have tire clearance issues so much from a suspension standpoint. We didn't have to lengthen chain stays. We didn't have to do anything to reduce travel. The bike is definitely set up, ready to go in that respect. When you get some of the really tall tires, Schwalbe, Hansdamp, even though it's not a particularly wide tire, their tires generally tend to measure at the top range of the height. The rear brace on the back, we've moved it forward a little bit and formed it so it's got a little bit more curvature to it, and that gives it about 4 millimeters more tire clearance, allowing those biggest of tires to clear the bike. The other big thing on the front end is we've developed our own headset with a lower stack height and a minus 1.5 degree angle. So it's a pivot angled headset, but at the same time it's not an adjustable angle headset. It doesn't have the ball joint type setup of the Cane Creek. The machining of the bearings is in a fixed location, so it functions like our normal high-end headsets. Uses the same bearings and everything. It's just actually been set at the 1.5 degrees. It also has a lower stack height on the bottom, and what that does is it helps drop the front end more. So between the rake or the more relaxed angle of the headset and the less offset and the less stack height, lower stack height, and the shorter axle to crown on the 164, we're basically able to keep the bottom bracket height within 0.1 inches of where the 26-inch wheel bike is with a 174. But also a slacker head angle. We've gone from a 67.1 degree head angle down to a 66 head angle. Combine that with the 27.5 wheels, and everything about that's great about the Firebird just got better. So we're really excited about this. We've also done, for this being kind of a special launch for us, the XT and the XO bikes, the pricing hasn't changed from where the 26-inch wheel bike was, but the 650 version is coming with Stan's wheels, the Fox 34 CTE Trail Adjust 4. It's now been upgraded to a carbon bar, and then it's coming. The first 100 bikes we sell are going to get a free upgrade to the DHX Kashima shock, and that one is normally a $179 upgrade. It also comes stock with the KS Lev dropper post on it, which is a pretty tremendous upgrade. So.
What kind of riding are you aiming this at, Chris? Because this seems plusher to me than most of the 650s that are coming out.
It is. I don't know exactly what's out here yet at all at Sea Otter, but up to this point, this should be, other than a downhill bike, the longest traveled 650 bike out there. And it with 6.6 inches of travel, the bike can handle. We've got guys who've won pro downhill events on this bike, but at the same time, got guys who race 24-hour races on this bike. So it's a great all-around enduro bike that leans towards the longer, more aggressive end of the spectrum. The biggest thing about well, all our DW Link bikes, but the longer travel ones have a more rearward wheel travel path, and the pedaling performance of these bikes versus how much travel they have really allows them to span a category wider. So you get this monster amount of travel, but it pedals better than most people's 5.5 inch travel bikes. And then with the 8 cartridge bearings, the size of the linkage, the way we do the rear end and everything, the stiffness is so high on the back end of the bike. You really have the versatility, and when you stand up to pedal, the bike really goes well, and that's something the Firebird is really known for, is being able to do just a huge variety of things. And now with the 650 wheels, that's gotten a lot better. We have a rider on our enduro team that has his Strava loop he does in Phoenix, and big climbs, big technical descent, and he raced the Firebird last year and with 26-inch wheels in competition. He took my pre-production version of this and did his same loop, and took 3 minutes off of his best time on that loop on the first time he rode it. Some of that might have been my setup or spec or shock tuning, but there is definitely the way it flows through stuff and the way it sits in with that slacker head angle and the bigger wheels and the BB being at about the same height it's incredible. It's pretty awesome.
Now, are you going to design a bike from the ground floor up for 27.5 or stick with this?
Well, we're always working on new things, so we'll see what comes in the future.
And how about carbon? Are you looking at that?
We're always working
on it. Okay, cool. Thanks, Chris. That's what we know for now.
Thank you.